Merry Christmas to all my nightmare brothers and sisters. This is your boy Broja coming at you with another video. This one is a little bit more personal to me. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the guild and some of the progress that we've seen, especially over the last year with the guild, and give some shouts out to some people and kind of talk about some of the things that have happened over the past year, and talk about my excitement for the things that are yet to come. And I've also got a special surprise for everyone. So I'm not going to give it away just yet. Otherwise, you wouldn't watch the rest of the video. Uh, so I'll give it out at the end, but just I might want to give you just a little clue. You might want to follow along. So and stay tuned till the end. So since I don't have anything to really show on the screen as far as an event or anything like that. I'm just gonna kind of tool around and show you some of the things that I'm currently grinding on, working on. I was actually hoping to, when I did this, run the entire Galactic War with just my Ewoks, just because I thought they'd be kind of fun to do. But while I was waiting for the gas video to load to the YouTube channel, I apparently simmed the whole Galactic War, so I can't do that. So sorry about that. So let's just get started. So a year ago, the guild was I don't know, floundering isn't really the right word. Probably more stagnant than anything. We were sitting around 50 million galactic power. Had been about that same level for probably a full year, even longer before that. The guild had many different leaders over the years, people that had come and gone. There weren't a lot of us that were long timers that had been here for a while. It seemed that we just had a lot of people coming and going. It was kind of a revolving door. We did have some people that did stick, and I'm very thankful for them. It was very, the people that chose to stay with us and grow with us, that are still here. I'm grateful for every single one of them. So I know I'm starting to ramble. Sorry. Whenever I start to look at mods, it kind of, I kind of start focusing on that. So I'm going to get out of here in just a second. So anyway, a year ago, we were kind of like my speech, had real no direction. But it was still fun. We were still hitting the high tier raids. We weren't doing heroics for Sith Triumvirate, but we were doing the heroic for the tank and Rancor. But territory war was hit and miss. More often than not, we would lose. Territory battles were disorganized, and very rarely did we get platoons filled, and we didn't know. I don't remember a single time that we got 3-star, even in phase 1. Excuse me, of any of the territory battles. It was just a place for some of us to kind of go after the tunes that we wanted and get some decent gear, but not top tier gear, and we just kind of seemed to not really be going anywhere. Then back in May, there was a change, and the change really started before that, with the addition of some folks that I'll mention in a minute. But in May, I approached our then leader, Emperor Palpatine, about stepping down and turning over leadership of the guild to our current leader, Wi-Fi. And Wi-Fi, I'll just get into what I was going to talk about him. Now, when he first joined the guild, he kind of came out of nowhere and very quickly was promoted to an officer, and I didn't understand why. I mean, I do now, and I'm glad that he was. But at the time, I was like, well, wait a second, who is this guy? I don't know him, and I wasn't an officer at the time, and it wasn't that I was upset like, why is this guy getting to be an officer and I'm not? It was more just what happened. There wasn't we didn't have Discord back then. We didn't have a way to communicate beyond just the in-game uh, chat, which, as we all know, is pretty limiting. So. Anyway, he was made officer, and right away, like, he created this Discord channel for us. He started posting videos on um, how I mean, we weren't hitting the heroic Sith triumvirate. We were hitting the top tier below that, though. And myself and Zombie were constantly doing the most damage in it. And then along comes this kid Wi-Fi and makes us look like fools with the squads that he had and the damage he was doing and stuff. I'm like, what is he doing? What's going on? And then he posts a video in the Discord, which I had signed up for, but I didn't know really how to use Discord or what the benefits were at that point or anything. But I saw him post the video on that, and it was because of that video I changed a lot of how I was grinding and farming. And at that moment, I kind of dropped what I was doing in the guild event token store and went and got myself Hermit Yoda because of the squad he was running. And the rest is history for me. I focused on Sith Triumvirate stuff. Now I've got the Shakti clones because of it. And all of that I owe to Wi-Fi. But anyway, he was. I could sense that there was a change coming, and I thought that Wi-Fi would be the one to kind of make that change faster and more successful. There he is, Hermit Yoda. And so when I approached Emperor Palpatine, I suggested that if he were to step down, step aside, that he make Wi-Fi the new leader of the guild. And some of you may have noticed that I mentioned that even a couple months ago in the chat. It was it's a very tough thing to do, and it shows a lot of true leadership qualities when, as a leader, and I was an officer at the time, when you listen to your officers and they lay out a reasoning for why they think there needs to be a change, and all credit to Palpatine. He listened to what I had to say, and agreed, and made the change, and stepped down, and then Wi-Fi and I and Allison and Zombie at the time put some kind of more formalized rules together, which we hadn't really had formalized rules in the past. So one of those rules was a participation rule, and Palpatine wasn't really participating. And so then we had the unfortunate duty to remove him, our former leader, from the guild, and that was a very tough thing to do. We didn't want to do it. We wanted Palpatine to stick around, but he just wasn't where he was at in life. This wasn't important to him at that point, and I understood that, and I'm so very thankful that he was able to come back. I love having him around. He adds a lot of value. Palpatine, if you're listening, thank you for coming back. But anyway, we going back to Wi-Fi. So we made the change, and since then the guild has taken off. Once Wi-Fi became the leader, I talked with him about recruiting, and within a short period of time, Wi-Fi was able to find some folks that were willing to help a guild out that was looking to grow kind of faster exponentially and really take that next step from becoming a beginner starter growing guild to a more seasoned veteran guild. And I wanted to say a big thank you to our guild advisors that were found at that time, Jameson Quay and Neb. Um, they've made invaluable contributions to the guild since joining. And making these changes that we've instituted, and with the addition of Bears and all the work that he does with Territory Wars uh, in the last 6 months, I know that we went on that losing streak of 3, and I think outside of those 3, I think we've only lost another maybe 2 in those 6 months. So a big thank you to our guild advisors, not just for the territory wars, but I mean being active on Discord and helping everyone with any questions that they have. They're more than willing to help out and give their insights and talk about things that they've experienced with some of the larger guilds that they were in. And if you ever have any questions and need some advice, they're always willing to help out. So a big thank you to them. So now here we are with the end of the year upon us, and it's Christmas. And now we are, instead of a stagnant kind of going nowhere, spinning our wheels guild, we are just growing leaps and bounds. My gosh, we we did Geonosius territory battle, and a year ago I was like, we're never gonna get there. And it never even crossed my mind to jump ship and leave the guild and go to a guild that had the GP requirements. I wanted to get there with this guild, and I'm so very thankful that we are at that point. And the first time that we did it, we surpassed expectations. And if you remember, I posted about Bears. He really kind of pushed us to try and do that. As officers, we were hesitant, and after the first kind of day, before even the phase 1 was over, but kind of the first day was kind of ending. He took a lot of heat from us on it, and in the end, he proved us all. He proved that he was right, and so I'm very thankful for that, and I'm looking forward to doing more and more of them, and all of us getting Wat Tambor shards. So now we're doing Geonosius territory battles. We're doing all heroics. They're all on auto. We will be simming the Han Solo raid, I expect, within the next 3 months, probably less, if we keep all the same people around. General Kenobi's probably 3 months past that with the tank. So that's amazing, and thank you all for all your contributions. And I want to give a couple of other shouts out just to some just to people that I've noticed for one reason or another. I've talked about Emperor Palpatine and Wi-Fi and the guild advisors, and I want to give a shout out to Abracadero, not a brand new member to our guild by 10 or a couple weeks or anything. He's been around for a little bit, but I can't really explain it other than man, you kind of feel like a younger brother to me. Following along on the same path, it feels like, with the tunes and the squads that you're building and kind of the paths that you're taking. I remember doing those same things back at the point where you are at the game. When I was there, you're kind of doing all those same things. And if I can be any more help to you than I've already been, just all you got to do is ask, my brother. It's been amazing. I really love kind of watching what you're doing, because it's reminding me of the things that I did. So I want to give a shout out to Barbecue Wampa, or as I like to call him, at least to myself, the Silent Bob of the guild. He is the only guild member that has been a part of Expendable Nightmares longer than myself. He and I call him Silent Bob of the guild because he very rarely ever posts anything. Matter of fact, I can't remember a time that he actually did in Discord. I know that he has in the group chat on in the game. But even that, like it's been probably more than a year. But he's always there. He's always in territory ballot. He's always in territory wars. He's always. Oh, I didn't pay attention to what I was going up against here. Well, this will be interesting. Um, so anyway, he's kind of, excuse me, old reliable, old faithful. He's always there. He's always contributing. He's always doing what he needs to do. We never hear from him. Shouldn't say never. He has over the years. Popped in every once in a while. But I'm very thankful for him. When I first joined the guild, Barbecue Wampa was the one that I was chasing for damages and such in all the raids, and I never would have grown in the ways that I did without trying to catch him in those raids. So thank you, Barbecue Wampa. A couple of interesting things I wanted to point out about the guild that you may or may not know. We have 2 sets of couples in the guild. So I'm sure, I'm sure many of you know actually the 2 couples, but the first one would be Wi-Fi and Allison, our leader and one of our officers. They are a couple and they play Star Wars: Galaxy of Heroes, and that's kind of cool. I don't know, like my wife would never play this game with me, even though she loves Star Wars and stuff. Playing a mobile game and being involved in a guild and all that, like, she's like, "You're such a nerd." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you married me and we've known each other for 25 years, so, joke's on you." And then the other one would be Antrapace. Antrapace. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering how you want that to be said. And Padmeg, another couple. So I just think that that's kind of neat that we have a couple of different couples in the guild. We also, that I know of, have one set of brothers. Gavin TR and his brother Piath just joined. So again, just kind of a cool thing that we have going on within the guild. I wanted to give another shout out actually specifically to Allison, one of the other guild officers. Man, her squads are like, her grinding and farming is some of the most hyper focused I have seen. Yeah, I mean she's getting some of the other ancillary tunes as well, but like I remember when I first kind of picked up on the fact that she was just like super focused on what she wanted to get, and she got the Geonosians, and like here I was thinking that I had my shit together, and then Allison goes blowing by me with these relic Geonosians, and I'm like, I don't. At the time, I had Boba Fett and Bosk, but that was pretty much it. I might have had Grandmaster Yoda relic, but all of a sudden she had these Geos relic, and now she's going after Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and she's just very hyper focused with that, and it's very admirable. What else? I know I mentioned him a couple different times, but I really want to spend a minute talking about bears again. For those of you who don't know, bears, I mean, every time I think I'm putting in a lot of work for the guild, managing 2 accounts, raid tickets, raid tunes, contributions, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh man, I'm putting in some hours. Then I see posts from bears and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Bears still just crushes me in hours spent working on things and making the guild better, and coordination and just overall improvements and ideas that he has, and pushing the envelope on things that we can do. And I just wanted to take a second to express my appreciation, Bears, for you coming on, and even before we made you an officer, really kind of taking the reins and trying to make some improvements, and the suggestions you were offering, and even volunteering to do some of the work that an officer would normally do. um, just to try and see if those were improvements we could make and would be successful. And man, we would not be where we are without you. So um, I'm very honored and humbled to be able to call you my friend and guildmate. So I know you're about to move across the country here in a couple of days, and I wish you safe travels. And if you ever need anything, just reach out. All right, so excuse me, I had to have a drink. I'm old, and if I talk this long, my throat starts to get really dry. So, um, one of the things that has happened over the last month or so, also with the guild, is I started doing videos, and I never really thought that was something I was going to be doing. And I don't know how much longer I'll continue to do it. I actually really like it. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't do as much as I wanted to for that. So I started doing these videos, and I hope that you guys like them. I've gotten some good feedback on some of them, and the raid ticket one has been pretty successful, and I think that you guys have gotten some good stuff out of the Malik ones that I posted, and now the gas stuff that I'm starting to put up and such. So um, I mean, let me know if you like them. Great. If you think that I'm a long-winded gas bag and don't really want me to post them anymore, let me know that too. Um, but one of the things I've been doing with those videos, um, and it's a little cheesy, but at the end I talk about expendable might be in our name, but none of you are expendable to me, and I truly mean that. Even though we from time to time will have turnover in our guild membership, um, I really want all of you to be here, and I want all of you to be successful and grow with the guild and help the guild grow. um, and so even though it sounds like a just kind of a cheesy tagline, um, I do really mean it. And so with that, um, whenever somebody's giving kind of an accepted speech or whatever, and they mention a few people and what have you, they always say there's too many to name everyone and thank everyone. Well, we only have 50 members, um, and 4 of those members are taken up by 2 people, myself and Wi-Fi, because we both have alt accounts. Um, so really, it's 46 people, and you know what? You all deserve a thank you. So whether or not I gave you an individual shout out, I want to take a minute and just say thank you to each and every one of you. So Abracadero, thank you for being a member. Absolute Bum, thank you. Akronal, thank you for being a member. Alazar, thank you. Allison, you're amazing. Thank you. Antropace, thank you so much for being a member of our guild and for bringing in your partner, Padmeg. Appalem Flying Waver, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Azula, thank you for being a member of the guild. Bears, thank you for being one of our leaders. Blue Hunter, thank you for being a member. Calculus Cheeser, you've been making some really great contributions to this guild, and I just want to say thank you. Cody8509, thank you for being a member of our guild. Cool Kaz, thank you for being a member of Expendable Nightmares. There are 2 Darths, Darth Leo 2018 and Darth Revan 37. Thank you both. I kind of always pair you together just because alphabetically you go together when I'm tracking raid tickets and raid tunes and all kinds of things. So all of my spreadsheets, you guys are right next to each other, and you're both Sith Lords. So thank you for choosing Expendable Nightmares. Emperor Palpatine, thank you. Thank you for showing the leadership that you showed by stepping down, and thank you for not having too much pride to come back, and thank you for continuing to help our guild grow and be successful. Gavin TR, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Hottie McBody. My wife gives me grief whenever I say Hottie McBody. But thank you for being a member of our guild. Hunt Ghost, thank you. Jameson Quay, I can't thank you enough. You've really propelled us to heights that I didn't think we would ever get to. Jasper, thank you for being a member of our guild. Night Crystals. Night Crystals, uh, thank you. Thank you for being a member of our guild. Thank you for taking our help. Thank you for listening to our feedback and what things that we would like to see you do to help you grow. I thank you for being a member, and I can't wait to see the successes that you're going to have in the future. Crawcox, thank you for being a member. LPIX003. I'm butchering your name, I'm sure, and I apologize for that, but I thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Macon Hockey, thank you for being in our guild. Neb, again, contributions invaluable. Thank you so much. And Euphoria, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Nayaki Striker, it's funny. I wanted to give you a shout out earlier. You have some infectious enthusiasm, my friend, and I've really been kind of bummed out the last couple of weeks because you haven't been on nearly as much. Because I know you got Cyberpunk and you're all excited, and I got it too. And it took me 2 days to download everything, and I still haven't played it yet. But I see you on there, and I wish you well, my friend, but man, I want you back because your enthusiasm is infectious, and I thank you for being a member of our guild. OP1, I know you just got here, but I'm very thankful that you're here, and I can't wait to see where you're gonna go. Padmeg, again, thank you for being part of the Expendable Nightmares. Piath, again, a brand new member to the guild, but brother to a guildmate that's been a great contributor, and I can't wait to see Piath grow as well. So thank you for being a member. Rygot, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Saravok, thank you so much. You've been great. T Billy Deluxe, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Tajay, I apologize if I'm butchering how to pronounce it, but man, I am just jealous of the roster you've got and the strength and the insight that you have. And thank you for being a member. Thad Castle, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. The Destroyer. The Destroyer. I like the ballsiness of that name. Like, yeah, Destroyer. Yeah, okay, whatever. No. I'm the Destroyer. And thank you for being a member of the guild. Thrice, thank you for being a new member of the guild. Thank you for choosing us. Uncle Sam, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Wi-Fi, I've said thank you. You're our leader. Thank you. I appreciate you. Wolfman, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. Zend, thank you for being in our guild. Yex, I every time I talk about Yex, I can't help but call him by his name, which is Tim. I was going to give him a shout out earlier too, and you took some kind of some harsh criticism and feedback from us as officers not too long ago, and you took that and have turned it around and have really come back strong. And through that and our communications, I feel like we've become closer and as friends and guild members. And man, I'm so glad that you're here. So thank you for being a member of our guild. Ztarg, thank you for being a member of our guild. And last but not least, ZX Firewolf. Man, thank you for being an expendable nightmare. So, I want to thank you all for listening to me ramble on, and to show my appreciation, not just for you listening to or being a member of our guild and helping us grow and be successful, but also for listening to me ramble on. And it's a season of giving, and I've been giving away a bunch of stuff lately, and I want to continue that. So, if you stayed around and listened to this whole video, I am going to be giving away gear, and to every single member of the guild, not just one or two who did some raid tickets or this, that, or the other. I'm going to give a piece of gear to every single member of our guild who sends me a direct message that says hashtag none are expendable. Because as I said before, none of you are expendable to me. And it's worth it to me to take a pause in my farming and gearing and grinding and helping each and every one of you out with a gear piece that you're looking for. So please, don't say like, oh, I don't need it or this, that, or the other. No, I'm offering it. Take me up on it. All you got to do is send me a direct message. Hashtag none are expendable. All right, Nightmares. It is Christmas. Thank you so much for being a part of our guild. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I can't wait to see where we're going to go in 2021. So with that, once again, expendable might be in our name, but none of you are expendable to me.